I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me.
Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the first edition of this chill sesh. You know, I'm just me, Zion Zenith. We're just going to be chilling, probably giving my recaps on certain things in the world of sports. Probably started off of react to Tyler's new video. I don't know if you guys know who Tyler Oliveira is. What's up, Reality Check? Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I don't know if you guys know who Tyler the creator, Tyler Oliveira did, but I'm a big fan of his. He just dropped a recent video, so I'll probably be reacting to that. And this is just me working the way of entertainment here on this channel. I know me just seeing my face is not entertainment for you guys, but hopefully when we get the show going, we can start reacting to certain things. And, you know, this is just going to be a chill sesh. I am live also on my Twitch. That is at Zion Zenith Plays. I'm mostly going to do some playthroughs there, but since we have now chatting, I'm just going to do that to chat, just kind of chill with you guys. But first off, we're going to get medicated, take a page out of Valcone's book, and try to hit a blinker. So let's get it. Did a great that blinking, but that's a pretty good hit. Alrighty, man. Thank you so much again, NFL Reality Check, for being here, my friend. Without further ado, man, like I'm a fan of conspiracy theorists, guys. Like I love looking into aliens. I love looking into Bigfoot, the Loch Ness monster, the Bermuda Triangle, Yetis, like all that fun, Mothman, all that fun conspiracy theory stuff. I absolutely love. But there is one conspiracy theory that I can't wrap my head about. And no matter how much times people try to be like, not people. Most of the people are globalist. But you know, most of the time these people will be like, well, if you just get into it, if you just look into it, well, you know what? Tyler actually, man, and he actually looked into it, and he actually went to a conference. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Tyler Oliveira's, you know, his video, and I should have linked his channel down below, but hopefully he does a good job on promoting his channel in the video. So if this stream gets taken down due to copyrighted, I don't do this kind of stuff. If it doesn't, that's amazing. If it does, my fault, guys. I apologize. But without further ado, let's react to this. This is him investigating the flat earth. So let's see what this video is about. Like I said, this is a chill stream, guys. We'll just be chilling, talking sports a little bit later, maybe talking video games, maybe talking entertainment, movies, whatever comes up. But for now, like I said, let's get into this flat Earth shit. This drives me nuts.
Oh, come on, the flat Earth.
Hello, all on YouTube, guys.
You don't see it. You're blind. Flat Earth.
The universe is not expanding. There's no Big Bang.
I'm in the center of the universe.
We want proof.
You're talking about the Earth being flat. Thousands of scientists have looked into it. You think they're all wrong?
Most would be quick to call them idiotic conspiracy theorists. What
call
if
them
they
idiot.
simply knew something we
call
don't?
them
What if we
idiots,
live
man.
here? What if this is where we live?
Wow, what
right
is
there?
this?
Everything
What is
that
it?
you
What
know
kind of
is
love is
a lie.
that?
You just haven't looked into it, that's all.
I flew to Connecticut to meet
Oh,
up with a man
man.
named Flat Earth Dave, who took me into his attic to convert me into a flat earther. How long have you been a flat earther?
Around 2014,
Shout out to
I
Tyler
was doing a
Oliveira, too, just
podcast
trying to
about
spread the message.
conspiracy
Don't
theories,
take it
and
down.
people started sending me
If you
flat
let
Earth
me
stuff, and I
react
was like,
to
oh,
this
that's
whole
ridiculous.
video,
I have an open mind.
that'd be
not to
absolutely
that.
amazing,
And
man.
then finally,
Shout out
another
to
researcher who
Tyler.
I respect very much said, Dave, you got to look at this. And she sent me a couple videos. And I started watching them with the idea just to disprove it.
Okay.
The flat Earth is stupid, right? We all know.
So you were a round earther.
We were all globe earthers.
Got it.
All of us. Because we've been indoctrinated since before preschool.
To first understand the flat Earth, I would have to throw away the idea of a globe and relearn an entirely
We've been
new model for
hypnotized
how
like
the
we did in
planet
the
works.
Matrix,
The
like
world
everything else.
ocean,
Like,
think of it as a
I
giant
believe
lake
in
with
the
all
Matrix
the
with the.
continents.
Let me just pause this. I believe like we're in the Matrix with like. You know, we could be living in the simulation, guys. Like that could easily be it. We could easily be living in the simulation. But you know, if that is the kind of Matrix I'm gonna believe. If you're talking about like brain control and all that kind of stuff, that is my most likely what I'm gonna believe is like we're in a simulation. When you talk about like the government, like you know, I what I know about the flat Earth is this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I know about the flat Earth, and we got a special guest right now. Hey, what's up, Rafael? If y'all don't know, me and Rafael is gonna do a UFC stream later on today, so make sure you guys hit us up for that. But right now, what we're doing is we're just chilling, Rafael. We're just like we're watching a video by Tyler the Creator. That basically is about the flat Earth right now, okay? And for me, like, I love me some conspiracies, dude. I love me some conspiracies, but this shit's just insane, bro. This shit I can't wrap my head around, bro. So, like, I was just telling the fans, you know, the family, the people, you know, reality check, my man. Thanks for hanging with us today. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like, family, man. I was just telling them, like, yo, like. This shit's stupid, okay? Now, first of all, this is what I do know about the flat Earth. What I do know about the flat Earth is what they believe is it's flat, and Antarctica is really around us. Is really the walls. Like think of Game of Thrones. Think of the ice wall, okay? And you think of the ice wall, and you think like all the way around the planet. Now, this is what these people believe, okay? So before we continue the video, do you have any thoughts or any comments you want to make on the flat Earth? And thank you so much for joining up, my friend.
Yeah, of course, sort of the flat Earth because I learned to understand about the geography and, of course, and natural science because I was learning about since I was a kid. But I mean, that was something that I was really interested in about the flat Earth, and I know that we're just living in the world that. We used to together to drink the same water, everything, but I mean it's not that complicated, but well, there it goes right now.
So one more time.
I mean it's real complicated, but we're just living in the world that we just have a great nature about right now.
Oh yeah. I didn't know you was done. I thought you was still. I heard that part, and I absolutely agree. And I'm not trying to sit up here and behead anybody or belittle anybody or like okay, obviously, like who knows? They could be right. The flat earthers, they could be right. You know what I'm saying? But let's just see what reality check has to say. Flat Earth, not so much. Now multiverse is Now I believe in that. No, not that's something I can get behind because what I believe is when you go into a black hole. Scientists has been proven. Well, no one really knows. That's what I'm trying to say. No one really knows about this flat Earth thing, right? But what I do know about, like, what I did my research on, what science did the research on, is multiverses. Now, there is a possibility when you go into a black hole. Obviously, you're dead. No one will ever see that. But what's on the other side of the black hole might be hundreds of thousands of trillions of universes, and that's absolutely scary to me because of the fact that like space is so big. Now, these flat earthers, they're gonna probably want to make their point, and None of them's watching this, so I'm gonna roast them. But at the end of the day, like if you believe in the flat Earth, you somewhat are saying every pilot that ever went up to space is lying, or every astronaut. I mean, you're gonna see every pilot of a commercial air flight is obviously gonna see the Earth. They don't believe in science, apparently. You know, you kind of somewhat have to believe in science in a sense. I mean, like, science is the foundation of life. I'm a religious person, you know, but at the end of the day, I do believe in molecules and DNA and atoms. Like, that's science, you know. So let's continue the video, man, and let's see what
All
else.
right. Let's check him out.
And yeah, he's gonna go to this convention. This is the creator once again. This is Tyler. Let's get reality check in here. What's up, reality? Thank you so much for being here, my friend.
Hey,
It was Gucci. What's your thoughts on the flat Earth, my friend? Before we resume this video.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Good. How's everything?
How's it's going? Listen.
right.
You changed your name so much, it's hard to keep up, Eagles.
No, I haven't changed it. I've been this name for a couple months now.
That's how long we never talked. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
You need to get, honestly, before you give your take on the flat Earth. Wondering Minds, just let me know. We got to bring that back because that was amazing.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. You know me, man. I'm a big conspiracy guy. Flat Earth. No, I'm good on that. But I will say this: the multiverse, man. I truly believe in that one. Now, obviously, you can't see the other ones, but I'm very, very sure, that there is infinite use. And they could all literally exist right around you without you even knowing. Scientists have tried to prove this so many times, man. That's the thing. If we figured it all out, we'd all vanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The moment you figure out the universe, there is no more universe. We're all gone. We'll just disappear.
That's one thing I wanted to point out too. It's like nobody knows because we're all still living in. And I do believe in dimensions and densities, and I do believe that with density beings, out of some believe there's 9, others believe there's 12, but we don't know how much densities there is. But there's a lot of dimensions, and I do believe that dimensions interact with our dimensions. That's how we get creatures like Mothman, werewolves. I do believe in those creatures crossbreeding. It's almost like Stranger Things, like up down. I do believe in dimensions and densities, 2 different things, obviously. But at the end of the day, like, I loved what you said because. Can you just repeat that last statement, because that was beautiful.
The moment you figure it all out, we're all gone. The only reason of life is because you don't know. But the moment you know everything, you no longer exist. It just is what it is. Now, I will say this: that is another reason why they are very big into deja vu. Is the multiverse. Usually deja vu is you get hit pretty hard because you've seen something even though you've never seen it before. Well, they never state that, yeah, you're right, you've seen it. Listen, you've seen it, but you've never seen it before. The whole thing is, yeah, you've seen it. You've just seen it in a different reality in a different time.
Yeah. What a top scientist does believe too is I believe Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now he's one of the prolific scholars of our lifetime, and he even says it in his research and in his theories is he believes that if there's 100,000 different universes out there and trillions, there might be 100,000 different versions of you out there, and that's where the mind gets really fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you really want to mind fuck?
We can get into this mind fuck, absolutely, and then we can get into the video. Let's get it though. I'm
going to throw one at you. I heard you say at the beginning there's not very many that you can wrap your head around. This one blew my mind. Now, granted, I might have been high that day, but you know something? I can pretty much wrap my head around anything, no matter how I am, high or sober. This one I can't. Imagine if reincarnation is real. Okay.
Wow.
Reincarnation. If reincarnation is real, that means that it started with the very first person. So if you are reincarnated, that means you are literally everyone on this planet. Every person is you. So anytime you are mean to someone, anytime you are, do so harm to someone else, you're only doing harm to yourself. If reincarnation is real, that means it started with one person and it continued to happen over and over and over. Therefore, every person on this planet is you.
That's pretty epic. I gotta think about it like that. Like, that's not epic. That's the wrong word, but that is crazy.
That. Literally, everyone on this planet is you. Every time you have been Abe Lincoln, you were JFK, you were every person in history. Every single person is you.
That one is definitely one I'm gonna have to think about. But that's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. But let's get back to Tyler roasting the hell out of these people. I
just wanted to stop in and say what's up, man. Honestly, I don't have long to hang out. Now that I got you creeped out and got your head twisted, I'm gonna bounce. But no, I just wanted to stop in and say, hey, man, it's been a while since you've been on. I miss you, man, and I hope you're doing well.
Absolutely, man, and thank you for joining. We're gonna watch this video. You're more than welcome to join us back if you do like what you see. Thank you for joining. That is the NFL Reality Check, founder of Hardcore Sports, and always grateful, man, to be on this platform. And thank you so much. And please, anytime you want to do the Wondering Minds, hit me up on my number. Hopefully, hit me up on Twitter if you need to get a hold of me. Rafael knows that I'm terrible at getting back on Twitter, so best believe Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram. Y'all have my number. Y'all can just hit me up. Thank you so much, Reality Check. You have a good one.
Bless up, I'll be watching.
Have a good one.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's get it. Rafael, let's get it, my friend. Let's watch this video.
All right.
See what Tyler finds out.
I can roll this. The shoreline of our world is Antarctica. The foundation of Antarctica is higher than any other continent. So people go, why can't you fall off the edge of the flat Earth? Because if you're on a lake, right, and you sail to the edge of the lake, can you fall off the lake? No, you step up onto the land. We're not allowed to go beyond 60 degrees south. That pink line, the Antarctic Treaty doesn't allow anyone to independently explore beyond that. Now you can spend $10, $20, $50,000 to go to Antarctica for a couple of days. They'll take you to the little peninsula off the tip of Santiago, off of South America.
Nah, what I'm really finding out is like he clearly doesn't understand. Like, it's like one of those. How do I put this? It's like one of those guys that watch YouTube videos and then think they're fucking smart, so they're gonna just try to repeat what the YouTube video says. It's like this guy doesn't understand science, and I don't understand science. So I'm not gonna break it down. So hopefully, you can just already tell. Like when you hear this guy speak. Like his beliefs is just what he's been told. He's just kind of stumbling his words. He's not talking like a legit like professor, a legit scientist. And I'm not saying that you need to be a legit professor or be a legit scientist to be a flat earther. I'm just saying like sometimes when you have to back up your words. And when I talk to, I have a family member that is really, really, really smart. Not going to tell him what he does. That's personal. But at the end of the day, when I talk to him, I need to bring out a dictionary. And he had worked on some programs. But that being said, like you can already tell, like this guy, he might just be a repeater. That's what we're going to call him.
Now that peninsula is bigger than many countries. And they'll show you some ice and some penguins, but no one's independently allowed to explore beyond it.
So what about all those people that like
early 1900s? They were talking.
What about all those people that like walked across Antarctica? Are you saying that they're all brainwashed and they just walked across that little scope of land?
What about more land beyond Antarctica? What about this?
Whoa.
This makes sense. What if we lived here? What if this is where we lived? Right there. These are other ponds with their own suns.
Did we live in a tiny pond that is Earth as we know it, trapped by the Antarctic walls and NASA soldiers? Maybe. So you legitimately think if I take some time and the viewers take time to look into all the information you provided,
Harvard University
1,000%.
Oh man.
I offer 3 Bitcoins for 1 globe proof.
Oh my God.
Because all the questions you're going to come up with, what about gravity? What about...
Sorry to keep on pausing it, fam, but once again, guys, this is Tyler Oliveira on YouTube. This is him watching the flat Earth.
Satellites. What about
go to a convention?
What about seasons? What about sunsets? And all of that's answered.
Dave was prepared to destroy my top 10 list of reasons why the Earth is round, starting with... What is that?
But just talking about gravity, so supposedly at the very, very perfect center, there's a molecule that says, I am the center, everything come to me.
And it's because it has higher mass, or it's heavier?
I don't know, man, right? And neither do the scientists that claim it. They said there's not enough gravity to hold all of the solar system together. So they go, well, there has to be dark matter and dark energy, because if there isn't, then gravity's a lie. When you have a scientific theory, and you have 96% of it's wrong, you probably throw out the theory, but in cosmology, they go, no, we'll just make up something to fill in that 96%. If I borrowed $100 from you and I gave you 4, I go, we're even. And you're like, no, where's the other 96? I'm like, well, there's dark dollars.
That's a lot of his time.
Dark dollars. Are you good with that? Because I understand that gravity is complete total nonsense.
That's a bold claim, though, right? For the average person. Ships in the horizon. The horizon is the line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet.
So when somebody sees a ship appear to go over the horizon, they go, that's Earth curve. But if the Earth was curved, there would be a set distance that it would have to disappear. What do I mean by that? The Earth is 24,901 miles around. According to globe math, the drop is 6 feet at just 3 miles. So if you're a 6 we can see the surface appear to disappear. When we're moving 4.5 billion miles a year, they tell us that the Earth wobbles, right? We move 1 degree every can of gas.
This guy's still explaining Rafael.
The available
this guy's
space.
Still trying to make his point.
For some reason,
how do we have a vacuum in space?
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you have to say to the photographs, satellite images that have been provided to us?
Satellite images. So what satellite images? Here's the blue marble that was on everyone's iPhone, and if you look at the clouds, made in Photoshop. Right, and the guy that made this, his name is Robert Simmons. He's a digital artist for NASA.
They even do
one. Yeah, you're right. Other planets.
They color it
planet in the sky.
That doesn't tell me anything.
What are they? Love to know. I don't know.
Gotcha,
Your head is the sun, and it's holding on to the Earth, and it's pulling it. It's letting it go fall around you. Okay, right? But I got a moon here, and this moon is going around the Earth. When it comes towards the sun, shouldn't the sun kind of pull it a little bit? And when it comes around away from the sun, shouldn't it gravity of the sun? So
all right, let's see if this guy.
They'll come over
They're still trying to explain it, dog.
But there's so many pilots now that have spoken out, military and commercial pilots.
A little bit.
Pilots stopped out.
This one's gonna send you over the edge.
All right. Okay. No pun intended.
Over the edge. Southern flights prove that the Earth is not a ball. This is the World Cup soccer.
Oh.
Okay. They were in Doha. They wanted to go back to Buenos Aires. They went to Rome to refuel, and then they went back there. Why didn't they just go here? Because if they did, there's no place to refuel out here. On a flat Earth, Doha, Rome, Buenos Aires. Taiwan to Los Angeles. They had an emergency right about here. Well, where would you land? Well, you could go to Hawaii. You might as well go to Los Angeles. Instead, they went all the way to Alaska. Okay?
Flat Earth.
Right? Flat Earth.
Taiwan, really trying to prove
Alaska,
that it's flat Earth.
Los Angeles.
Okay, this guy's
here's an
really trying to
emergency.
prove.
They were going from New York to Hawaii, right about here. And they said, we have to land. So they went to Seattle.
Oh my God.
1,000 miles out of the way. They got there in record time. New York.
Hey, once again, shout out to Tyler Oliveira. This is his YouTube video. Y'all make sure you go check out his channel. It's really good. He's an investigative reporter from his YouTube channel. He just goes and he just investigates a lot of stuff. Right now, he is investigating the flat Earth, and we are laughing along because this guy is seriously trying to make his point on the flat Earth. And we globalist really knows that it's not.
Seattle.
It's not flat.
Who's directing the airlines to construct these flight pathways?
NASA. So here's the thing. NASA isn't a space agency.
Really
NASA is the World Intelligence Agency. Everyone reports to them. FBI, CIA, KGB, CCP. Bro. Well, why would they lie about the shape of the Earth? What difference does it make? NASA was created right after Project High Jump when Admiral Byrd flew out in Antarctica. On the other side of the South Pole, he found land bigger than...
Let me talk about Operation High Jump. All right, if y'all don't know Operation High Jump, That's hollow earth theory. That's not flat earth theory. Flat earthers, maybe they took it and maybe they try to run with it. But what that is Operation High Jump. When Hitler left, I don't know if you can, yeah, but when Hitler left the war, he wasn't trying to win the war. He was operating on that spacecraft. Some people believe. Okay, I'm just gonna say this is just the lore. All right. So Hitler moved all his equipment to Antarctica. So the United States tried to follow and try to find Hitler's shit. Okay. Anyway, what they ended up finding in return was a hole in Antarctica. So a pilot, which the pilot he just mentioned, it's called Operation High Jump. He ended up flying into that hole and encountering UFOs. Started having like your little, space fights and shit. Imagine like those Star Wars fights. You know what I'm saying? Then what ended up happening is he actually, his team, he went into the whole fully after little UFO fights in with the aircraft. Then he ended up finding hollow earth and like a species that lives inside the earth, and there's a whole other theory about it. It gets crazy. Okay, that's hollow earth. You can research Operation High Jump, you can look into it. People scientists has proven that there is like some kind of mountain peaks inside our planet, which is super weird. Like all of that shit is you can go find. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying I believe in all of that, but he looks like here that he took Operation High Jump and he tried to like put it in his own words to make it disinformation. It's disinformation to get you to believe in something that's not actually the truth. That's what that is.
Gotcha.
That was disinformation he just spread. And thank you, Tyler Oliveira, for letting us, react to your video like this. Because I think Tyler does a good job on investigating these kind of things. And I think Tyler is probably gonna towards the end of the video, probably gonna go to a conference or something. That's what I seen watching it on a little bit before I decided to go and react to it. But let's see, this Operation High Jump is not like that.
FBI, CIA,
KGB,
CCP. Well, why would they lie about the shape of the Earth? What difference does it make? NASA was created right after Project High Jump when Admiral Byrd flew out in Antarctica. On the other side of the South Pole, he found land bigger than the United States, filled with resources. Look at that. From Middle America, he would be in where South Africa is, or where Australia is, and another continent the size of the United States that no one has ever seen or set foot upon. What does that mean? What if he went from Middle America over what they call Antarctica and then found another continent out here?
Then that would destroy our whole worldview of reality.
Now, what if there's other civilizations here? What if these are where the controllers of the world live? Okay? What if...
I'm getting chills right now.
Because the reality, your soul is going, yes, listen, right? Get rid of your programmed mind. People don't realize, well, Russia would have ratted us out and this and that. They're all in it together. Everything that you know is a lie. The United Nations map, Flat Earth map. International Maritime Organization, Flat Earth map. World Meteorological Organization, Flat Earth map. International Civil Aviation Organization. These are the things that control the world. Why do they all have Flat Earth maps?
Well, I don't know. Artistically, maybe they couldn't.
Artistically? It's your explanation.
All right, let's skip over. Is this guy going to be the whole video, Tyler?
That the government or a select few people.
It looks like this chick.
Is this actually legitimate? Let's go.
I think this is the convention I've seen in the thumbnail. You get in like the highlight.
I was flying to Vegas and got on a flight. It was like Earth is flat. I'm like, you're an idiot. So then I spent like years.
We're just like watching Tyler Oliveira debunk the flat Earth. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's pretty hilarious. But man, what's up? We're just chill sesh,
researching it.
Probably watching this video, and then we'll probably be talking about some other stuff after that. Join us later on today. We're gonna have a UFC podcast, me and Rafael, so make sure you join us for that, man. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, man. This is just us chill sesh, reacting to some videos. Tyler Oliveira, once again, this video has not been down yet, so we must be doing pretty good. So he has not yet taken us down for reacting to his video. Giants aren't done. Who knows? We still might have life. Like the Raiders are absolutely a shit show. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let's get back into him debunking this flat earth, and we'll probably get into some sports if Miz wants to talk
And
sports.
so I think a lot of people have a hard time accepting that the government or a select few people or whatever are in control of like all this information that, you know, they're being fed lies. Set down the indoctrination of what you were told to believe and just like use your mental power.
Do you believe in a flat earth?
No, I don't.
Do you have a response to this?
I mean, if you ever feel compelled to research the truth, by all means, you will be a lot more sold into it rather than someone telling you what to think.
With fellow flat earthers everywhere around me, I entered the convention to see if they could answer the questions Flat Earth Dave had left me with. Made it.
This is good.
How you doing? Dave!
Thanks for coming, man.
I feel like I'm losing my sense of reality.
No, you're gaining a sense of reality because on a spinning ball, there is no reality.
It doesn't make any sense.
None
No,
whatsoever.
you're right. How many attendees do we have today?
I don't know, maybe 300-400. Maybe 400. Thank you.
Yeah. After reuniting with Dave, I walked into the event that began with a declaration of war.
And to the trolls, I will give you the same statement I gave back in 2015. Bringing people to your channel to make fun of flat earth is like shooting wooden arrows into a bonfire. From a distance, it looks like you're doing something. Current exposing more and more
Light.
It really depends on the circumstances. Did she have a master's degree in anything?
No.
Okay, does she have a bachelor's degree in something?
Yes.
Is it in physical science?
No.
She's got a shot. Did she have any family members that used to work in aerospace?
Her grandfather's a NASA scientist.
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, dude, there's plenty of time. There's so many people out there. It's not.
I think he's just trying to
say
like
on everybody.
something about his
How we
family.
like your girlfriend. Well, if she ever brings up the Dunning-Kruger effect, then just.
Well, that's what she said. Flat Earth.
My 18-year marriage ended as a result. I was able to open my eyes to some of the research and really looked into it. And as I began to try to talk to my husband about it, it just didn't work. And I got to the point where I was insulted every day or made fun of every day.
I see. So he would question your intelligence?
Yes.
I see.
And I'm a highly intelligent person. Everything I believe is being questioned.
Sure.
Because once you're open to flat earth, everything else falls apart too. Don't listen to
Hey,
the
that's true
sound
too. Like, I'm not
bites.
trying to judge these people. Like, first off, what I want to say is I'm not trying to judge these people on their mental. Like, obviously, you can go believe in whatever you want to believe in. I'm gonna roast you, whether I'm gonna roast anybody. You know what I'm saying? Roast me, please. But that being said, like, I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just that I don't believe in it, and maybe I came off a little bit horrid. But like, I believe she was just talking about her marriage, Rafael, being ended after 18 years because she believed in the flat earth. I honestly, like, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? But if my spouse or my other half wanted to believe in something and I didn't necessarily believe in that, man, like, fucking, when it comes down to that, like, I wouldn't like fucking tease her and mock her. I'll just let her believe in what she wants to believe, and I won't, as far as conspiracies, I won't like judge or anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's up to the person that decides to believe in what they want to believe in. It kind of sounds like these people are really like feeling like obviously like outcast in a sense because they believe in flat earth and they're having these conventions, and it just sounds like that. So
Okay. So was it worth it to break up with her?
It was me wanting to know the truth, and she thought it was like encompassing everything that I wanted to do.
The biggest problem with this is that to have this, you need a sun, you need this orbiting around it, you need planets around that, you need calculus, you need trig, you need quantum mechanics. Unfathomable numbers, we can't even do it. We shrink it down to this.
While some of these ideas seemed insane, these were some of the nicest people I had ever met that almost immediately welcomed me into their community despite my skepticism. What is the biggest thing that could convince the average person to believe in a flat earth?
The gravity thing,
What do you mean?
That same. And the earth is going. Why you follow? You learn anything?
Wait, what if I didn't?
That means that you're here for an agenda.
Answer my question.
All right.
Listen, bro, concentrate.
Yeah, okay, sorry. He's distracted, yeah.
Just concentrate, all right?
What other force is pulling you to follow the earth?
Between the actual attractive force between the molecules.
Yeah, but how did you measure it?
I don't have to measure.
Yeah, but neither do I have to. I don't have the time or decades to understand every field of science, right? We're relying on some level of expertise. To be honest, do you trust someone else who did the test for you?
Absolutely.
Why would you do
World
that?
records. Because I know people that have personally done it.
Doesn't that sound like just the foundation of science, believing scientists have done the same experiment?
The more questions I asked, the less the flat Earth made sense.
Kyler, I believe that you are actually looking for the truth.
I am. It's hard to understand.
I know. It's not that hard.
Do you guys ever go back to being a glober?
Yeah, I don't think I can now.
Hey, shout out to Tyler Oliveira again. I know I said that a million times, but for letting us react to his video, y'all go check out his channel. He reports some things.
People will just never see it.
Pretty
Like
good.
no matter what you present to them.
Some people just don't care.
Do you guys believe 9/11 was a false flag?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you believe the moon landing is fake?
Look at his shirt.
It seems like a common thing among these flat earthers is that they had no trust or faith in the government or science.
Take it a little deeper than that, where I think that all these things that they push on the media are completely fabricated.
The belief in one conspiracy led to the belief in another.
Moon landing, not, because you can't land a rocket on.
Ironically, this convention.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're like 2 feet taller. You knocked me out.
I'll beat you in a rap battle.
I believe you. Interesting.
Any other questions? Raise your hand.
I got a question. Okay, so I just want to say great presentation, by the way. And secondly, I came here initially as a flat earther, but after talking to all of you, more particularly the ginger, who said I looked like if Date was a person, I want to give him a shout out. I've come to conclude that the earth is a sphere. And I will give anyone $1,000 right now, outside, if you can prove me wrong. Yeah. $1,000. $1,000. I'll walk home on the flat earth.
Trolling.
I'm not trolling.
What the hell are you doing here?
There's a mountain of evidence.
Yeah, let's hear it.
If you don't see it, you're blind. Not everybody's got the mental capacity to really see it.
So wait, hold on. You were a flat earther, but now you're not? That doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely does.
Can't prove a closed mind. I was gonna let you pass, but that was kind of a crazy move you did in there to get some good footage in your video. Are you gonna end with where they can find more information, or are you gonna leave that?
All right, tell the viewers.
If you want more information, go to flatearthdave.com.
All right. So that was that. Rafael, you still with me, my friend?
Yeah, I'm still here, yes. But I was watching all of this, and I think that was because I was getting interested for the conspiracy theories, but man, what can I say about for the flat earth? I mean, there's some communication and the social mediation that work, and people are aware of that affair right now because that show us sort of the east-west direction, but it looks like the spherical nature about right now, but it means all to the topic right now, but the most people have a thought about the shape, but the earliest of the days in school, they have taught some students. I mean, they respond to the observation, but they took like everything about how they're spherical or how it is flat, but we don't know about that. Okay.
This is Kensington, Philadelphia, the center of America's drug epidemic, overrun with a drug known as tranq, a mixture of horse tranquilizer and fentanyl that's turning people there into real-life zombies. And with the help of my local contact, Recombo.
Wow, I just
investigate airplane channels. I was muted the whole time, and I apologize for that. But that was Tyler Oliveira's channel, guys. If you guys gonna want to go check him out, and he does all kind of investigative, reporting. But not only that, like outreach. But not only that, like airplane crashes, like UFO crashes, all kind of stuff like that too. So make sure you guys go check him out. But yeah, so me and Rafael will probably be live later on today, probably like in 3 to 4 hours. Rafael, you want to do that then?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there
good
because I'm gonna check it out for the StreamYard, and then I'm gonna put on the hours. So yes, let's do it.
Absolutely, let's do it. Let's if you have some time, let's just chill for a moment. Let's just recap the top 25, if you don't mind. Chill
Yep.
sesh, recap the
Yeah.
college top
Yeah.
25.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. All
All
right.
right, let's
So.
get it.
All right. So let's see
I'll
what
let
we
you
got
go, my
here.
friend.
All right. So, they had Ohio State, they had Georgia, Michigan. I mean, I was really impressed about Ohio State out of the go for the college football. I mean, Ohio State has a very powerful all around for the latest, or not for the latest one, but I think the Ohio Buckeyes. It means that
It's the AP, I
it means
believe, and
that I'm
that's
gonna
just the
go for
college. Yeah.
yeah, because they had no concern about the injury about the safety on Leighton Ransom. But what we learned about it, the injury surgeon of Majan Williams, and of course, Sonny Styles filling in. I mean, they could have happened like this one, but I mean, after the injury section of what means it about for the Ohio State football, I mean, they could be happy because he was leading the rushing with 82, 8,200 yards, and that year there was 49 carriers and 3 touchdowns. Now it's gonna be expected that it could be like it could be like an ending season for the injury report because I know that Andrew Gillis and they're talking about the future and they're talking about it something, and I was really shocked at what happens because it all impacted the Ohio State safeties because without the safety line it was until the amount of time and they'll be shuffling it about for this to the back end for the Ohio State and that means that they go for the safety group as a whole. But I think it's really concerned about the safety. But I think that the whole defense is going into it, building it.
I love it, and just looking at this, the college playoff rankings. I believe they got it. They got it with Ohio State at top. You just explained that. You're saying you got Georgia next, Michigan, Florida State. I do love seeing Florida State in the rankings. Absolutely deserving to be there. The quarterback Travis has been playing his ass off this year. Have to be honest, haven't really watched that much Florida State games, but just watching highlights and stuff like that, knowing how they're dominant on. They got Washington right behind them, deservingly so. They beat all the teams that they were supposed to beat. And then they beat the teams that the nation thought like that was gonna give them a tough time, and they did their job. They went out there and they beat Oregon. I believe they just beat, if I'm correct, they just beat Utah, and then we got Oregon after that, Texas, Alabama. Alabama easily has the opportunity to win out. They can easily, try to go and upset Georgia in the SEC Championship Bowl. We'll see what happens if Alabama still has a chance to sneak their way into the playoffs. Ohio State still has to play Michigan, so that's going to be a game that counts. And then Florida State has some conference or even ranked opponents next in these last couple of weeks. So it looks like Florida State's easily can win out, which they probably will, but it's not going to be like just give them the fully non-loss season. That being said, Alabama can easily come back and get in the mix. We got Oklahoma after that. Tough loss. My man Dylan Gabriel didn't really do that good in that one. Should have won that game. Lost to Kansas. That Kansas State, I believe that's no, just Kansas, right? The guy, the bird. So that being said, like, sucks to be Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Penn State, Missouri, Louisville, where they're kind of supposed to be. Louisville, obviously the surprise this year, ended up losing. That kind of sucks. With that being said, like good school this year, a good competitive. They did beat Notre Dame, had good competitive games this year. So like to see Louisville in the mix. We got LSU, Notre Dame. Oregon State, Tennessee. Tennessee kind of took a fall off. Oregon State obviously took a fall off. Notre Dame had a tough schedule. Had to play back to back schools, but they did beat SC, so that's a count. Utah ended up taking that loss to Washington, falls them back, and then you got UCLA, USC, Kansas ends up beating Oklahoma, so they rank up, and then you got Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Tulane, and then Air Force, obviously in the last spot. Anything else you want to cover on college football? I do kind of agree. More likely, the the beginning of the list. I don't know. I still prefer Michigan above Ohio State. Just me being honest. I'll put Michigan, Ohio State, maybe Georgia, Florida. But do you agree with this? Do you agree with at least these top five? Anything else you wanted to say?
Because right now for the defense of Michigan is ranking number 3. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they just have beaten by teams by average margin of 34 points for so far, and right now
Mm-hmm.
Ohio is still undefeated. But their job is going to looking about the ranking to just follow the protocols, and they were really part of the core of anything because this is like everything could happen like this one because Michigan has one of the toughest remaining schedules of any top in the playoff ranking because of the looming matchups with Ohio State and Penn State. I mean, Georgia has 3 straight opens, which is number 14, Missouri, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. But I think that as a season ago, Michigan was 5th in the national college football poll after a similar 8 all to start the season. And they just climbed to the number 3. But they just ended with another player disappointment against TCU. But I think Michigan is determined to reach the stage to complete the redemption. The only thing that Michigan back to the top overall for the ranking is the quality that the opponents had to face. You know what? Those 8 teams Michigan has played were ranked by the committee. I mean, there's only 2 times the top of decided the top 10, which is Ohio State and Oregon. I mean, that could have happened like because it all depends for the defense and the quarterback, which may not like a great job. Because the job for the quarterback is fitting out for the wide receivers and of course have a lot of intelligence about the offense, the defense, and of course the special teams.
That's absolutely well said. Anything else you wanted to say about college football? Should we get into? I don't want to hold you up too long. Please just let me know. You can leave whenever you need to leave. I was just gonna be chilling for a bit much longer. Wanted to get into maybe some NBA. If you want to talk some NBA, if you don't, let me know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You follow NBA, Ralph?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Let's get it. I guess we'll just stay on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Final straw between James Harden. All right, let's get on some scores. What I did want to talk about is we get the Nets here. Lovely. Let's get it. Halloween last night. We had the Spurs beat the Suns. Watched a little bit of that game. Let's look at the box score. I did want to talk about my man Victor. My man Victor got 28 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He put up 18 points. He had 1 assist with 8 rebounds. He did have a couple of blocks. He had 4 blocks in the game, but he did have 5 turnovers. Obviously, that's going to come with time. He is still young. He's a young player. I do love what Papa is doing with this team because of the fact that there is a lot of studs on this team, but is young. Like what I mean by that is these guys are ballers. They're gonna, they're not the household names or like the superstars of the world, but they're young and they're gonna do their job. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna, if they get their minutes, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna perform. What I did want to talk about is bring you a question is what's your thoughts on Victor, man? Like, have you been watching him? And like, what's your thoughts on him? Averaging like he's in his first couple of games, man. We already are seeing why the NBA world, why the sports world was absolutely loving this kid. And I just want to hear, have you been watching him or what's your thoughts on him if you have been?
I mean, Victor Wembanyama, I mean,
can still hear you. I'm gonna just grab some water, my friend.
Yeah, he was
Hold
still
it down,
young,
Ralph.
but okay. Yeah, but he's still younger about it. But I think he continued to production of clutch because that means that the more sponsors come back over their sons. Because Victor Wembanyama has been one of the best clutch players around to the season right now because he was sent for over 4 minutes at the fourth quarter. Because they had the first offensive possession. He just caught the ball with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock, and he was finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks delivered. But I think that the Spurs has been traded for a trade of Devin Vassell, like a 3-pointer hit the row right now. I mean, Wembanyama will become like one of the brightest future that they came for this season over the time because had to define for the score within the 5 points. I mean, there's still a long road for the half of the number 1 or a big, but it's very clear that he's not afraid for that moment right now. I mean, he's got for the right place, the right game. I mean, he's ready to stay right now because he absolutely had to clutch on the other side for the NBA, and of course, the Wembanyama is the future is gonna be bright for him, but I think it's gonna be. And don't be surprised if Victor Wembanyama is gonna be on the playoff season, because after doing like a regular season and everything, I mean, they're gonna happen if he's gonna go to the playoffs for the first time in his career.
I absolutely love what you said right there because the moment is not too big for him. You know, LeBron James had the same effect. We all seen the interview when LeBron James, you know, came on and he gave that speech to that reporter and he's all like, "What's gonna, you know what? Since we're just a chill sesh, we're just gonna bring that up. Let's bring that up."
Yeah, it is. But I think that at the San Antonio Spurs, they have an amazing offense and defense. But I think that the Phoenix Suns, they just get ahead of the close right now for everything could happen like this one because at this point it's so very close to get enough for the Phoenix Suns. But I think that they have so much pressure on the paint when it comes to the players.
Absolutely. We had Kevin Durant, you know, put up his Kevin Durant things, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna do his thing no matter what. 2 steals, he had 7 assists, he had 26 points, 2 rebounds. That being said though, any last thoughts about this game before you want to talk about anything else or before you move on to the next game?
Yes. This is something that I was going to get into it because I know the NBA season is right ahead to the corner. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is gonna be like a really excited. And for me, that I was shocking about James Harden going to the Clippers. I mean, that was just like a sign of relief for the Caesars. But I think they're gonna look at it for the cat space, the offense, the defense. I mean, they could have happened like anything because it's all about for the business and on the basketball. Because if they need like a player who plays very well, actively, healthy, I mean, they could have happened like this one.
That's absolutely facts. So you're saying he went to the Clippers?
Yep.
Hell yeah! So James Harden got traded to the Clippers. So the Clippers have a damn roster now. It looks like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who do they give up?
Ooh, I think it is gonna happen because right now, I mean, Clippers has been struggling for all these years right now because they actually looking for an NBA World Title, which is the NBA Finals. But this one, is very complicated right now because I know that it's someone had to go for a blockbuster trade if they need something to save, and I think that this is gonna be like the opportunity. But I think if James Harden could have looking for a ring for an NBA ring that he wants to chase it about it. I mean, he wants to do it. Well, the only issue is because right now he's in like the team that he's been struggling for all at about for the paint, the defense, the offense, and they just got eliminated for the last season. But I think this is the biggest opportunity to make it over for the defense right now.
Absolutely, there it is. Rafael breaking the news again. Thank you so much, my friend. I didn't even hear about this, and he came in with that fire news, you know, with that Clippers trade for James Harden. That is absolutely big now. Absolutely breaking it down. So thank you so much for that, Rafael. What's up, Mac the Giants fan? Let's get it. Make sure you guys go all subscribe to Mac the Giants fan. Great guy, one of my co-hosts on Premium Takes and also co-host on the NFC East Roundup live on his channel. So make sure you guys go check him out as well. Rafael as well. You guys all know he's big time, always coming and support day one MFer. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go show him some love. Me and him will be doing a UFC podcast later on today in a couple of hours. Most likely 3 Pacific, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, whenever Rafael is ready to do it. That being said, though, I really appreciate you coming on, Rafael. And that's love, my friend. That being said, did you watch any of these other games?
Yes, because right now because there's another games that it actually blew out for the mind because, for example, I mean the game that I was going into it, I mean they have really good everything, but I mean they had to go for because of the theory about for the Denver Nuggets because they're ones that came through just doing for a run because it was absolutely because they just tied off with the Florida career triple doubles list, but I think this is gonna wear it off for the last year. They're gobbling and everything, but I mean they just recorded with the second or triple as well as sort of moving off of the career. I mean, it's sort of the consistency right now because night in and night out they're playing out at extremely high level. And there's one thing that I compare about LeBron James and Nikola Jokic is the ability to make everyone doing better. That's one of the definitions of greatness. And he's the only player who more like triple doubles with a field goal, and he helped his team with undefeated. But the only three teams that haven't lost yet, and I think it's gonna be like really shocking to see it up how the streak is going to the Denver Nuggets. But I think that there's one team that could like ended the streak right at the beginning of the season right now.
You know what? I absolutely love that. Especially on Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic has absolutely been playing phenomenal. He's been doing it for a couple of years now. You know, everybody was praising Luka, obviously deservedly so. He should be there. And then it was obviously Giannis. You know, Giannis was the number one, the new guy coming out for a while, number one guy to take the baton from your LeBron, from your KD, from your Steph Curry when they retire. So everybody was talking about, you know, Giannis. And then right underneath Giannis, it was always maybe a Tatum, it was Luka, it was always those type of Booker maybe added his name in, but not so much until later on. Then you see Jokic emerge and just basically take the reign from even Giannis. So now I believe when I was looking at a ranking the other day, I actually see the best player in the NBA right now is actually Jokic, and a lot of people would agree with that. Me personally, I'll still put Giannis, but then at the end of the day, like, you know, it is what it is. Well, but that being said, I wanted to take a look at this rankings. I just pulled this up. I don't know if it's the same rankings that I looked at earlier, but let's take a look at it. This is the top NBA players that they believe is playing right now. All right, so they're gonna go to top 100. Okay, we're not gonna sit through the top 100, but they got Grant Williams up top. So let's just like fast forward to like the first like 70. We'll go down to like 30, and then we'll go from the top 30. So these right now are CBS's top 30 players. I guess we'll start by 34. We'll just start from this page in the NBA, and this is just their rankings. You know, obviously, it could be other networks, other websites could have different rankings, but this is just according to CBS. So let's just see what CBS says about the top 25. They got Kyrie Irving at 35. They got Sabonis at 34, Harden at 30. Do you agree with that? He is, you know, at 32. Okay.
No, I don't think because it happened like this one because I mean Brandon Ingram, I mean he just having a like career right now, but I mean I'm gonna be like lower right now, but I think it's Brandon Ingram for me. I was really shocked about it because he was questionable about the three Pelicans that are working right now, but I mean he's been questionable about the matchup versus of the Thunder. But he was really concerned about of the head coach of Willie Green and about the injury report of Brandon Ingram. But I mean how did they go for the response right now? They have to go for it because this seems like a bright star on the fundamental because I know this made a little scratch right now because after getting like MRE, I mean it's something that I was really shocked to the whole defense of New Orleans Pelicans. But I mean it could happen. But I mean the Pelicans they have it in the second later but he was average. He was average for the 4 points right now. But it means I had to go for the miss. I think it's gonna be like a lottery because remember for the start for the 21-22 season, he just missed 76 games. He just missed 29 consecutive games. I mean, injury is gonna be like a really tough for Brandon Ingram. So I would get a very low. I mean, at number 40.
At number 40, I like that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go on these players. You can give a little, you can just say up or you can just say down. You know, would you rather rank them higher or would you rank them lower? All right, I'm saying. So let's just stop at a couple. Draymond Green, do you agree with that?
Yeah. But I mean, Draymond Green.
I would have him a little bit more higher. Like last year, he was ranked 34th. Nothing against Draymond. It's just that he's aged, and I can think of 30 players that is better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, this is me personally. I put Siakam above him right here. You know what I'm saying? I will put Siakam above him just because he is much more younger and he means a lot more for that team, and he gets the ball more. Like that's just why. That's the reasons why. Over career, maybe Green had the better career so far, but at the end of the day, I'll rank him as Siakam as the better player. That's just me.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, Draymond Green, Michael Bridges. I mean, both are really got a good talent right now. I mean, in the case of Draymond Green, I mean, if you look at the stats right now, it's something that I was really intense right now. But I mean, he just straight up for like he's getting up for everything. I mean, how is high this compared to some of the greatest power forwards? I mean, if they had to walk to the fine line of the madness right now, it's completely bananas. But he delivers like at the outstanding right now, but he was thrilled to take advantage we provide with the Warriors. I mean, comes to when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, I mean, they're chasing out for such a talented point guard going out for a half right now, but he was having the point that provides Warriors, and I mean, they could be happy like the bright future because if Draymond Green could happen like this one, it could happen. It could happen because do it for the height, do it for the defense, do it the offense right now. I mean, they're going.
I think you kind of cut off there, Rafael.
That could happen like this one.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, sorry. You can continue. I think you kind of cut off, but yeah. So I wanna kind of make clear for the fam out there. So we are ranking this list, guys. This is just CBS rankings of the top 100 players. It's just according to CBS. Other rankings can have their own, but we are just ranking this list according to this season. So if LeBron James is not number one, clearly LeBron James and his accolades will be number one. But in this season, is he the best player? No, LeBron James is not the best player in the NBA this year. Just reasons being is that there's other players that's going to be outplaying him. You know what I'm saying? But if you take his whole career, LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. But this is just this year. So we're just going to rank it like that. And Rafael made an absolutely great point on that. I love that on Draymond Green. Oh, wow. We got Jrue Holiday at 25. Would you move him up or would you move him down?
I mean, they're going to move it right now because Jrue Holiday.
Last year he was 25 too. They just don't know what to do with him. They're just gonna put him back at 25.
Yeah, but Jrue Holiday. I mean, he was such like a great spark with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, absolutely, it was.
Because he just outshine right now because they just wanted for that because I know that the season they just wanted Jrue Holiday, but they'll go for that with the give him a chance for the next one, but. How they quickly had to go for the rotation because the background pairing of Jrue Holiday and Derek White is just like a winning formula. Both guards in the same for the defensive end, they could make it happen. I mean, if they committed to doing through the little things, is what's such an make an ideal backcourt partner, and why it's being like a really successful on that career because they just brought for the Portland Trail Blazers in the shock trade, and he's going to play an important role.
Yeah. You facts. And I mean, okay, this is the guy I really did like, and I'm respectful. That's respectable right there. Last year he was 53. This year they gave him 23. Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana Pacers. I'm absolutely high on this guy. Love watching his play. Love the way his play. What's your thoughts on Tyrese Halliburton? Does he deserve to be at 23? What's your thoughts on him? Do you watch much of him?
Yeah, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton.
I love both of these guys, too, because they got Anthony Edwards, my man, right there underneath him. I love these young studs, you know what I'm saying? Young studs representing, obviously, can't do anything against the world because, obviously, we know what happened there. But that being said, like, the studs, man, young studs coming up representing the U.S. Nothing against the world, but the world is just dominating with all these Lucas and Victors and
he was really starting to get things right now because they just celebrating has to quiet. But Hollerton, he was finished the Saturday game with 21 points. I mean, they're looking to bounce back, and I think that if they need like some young talent right now, I mean, they're just splitting out for anything because they have it in the eyes. I mean, because I mean, the Godsters are going around because there's not going to external motivation. But you have to say that if you had to ask the job for the job right now, that because the curious topic to go into myself right now because I know that he tried to be like really, really great right now, but I mean his father's gonna be like an official right now. But I mean if Tommy Halliburton, I mean he was so great that he broke into the barons right now, and he was something that I was unexpected with because he can earn the most money possible with his new contract station, but I think he can even more money with a great power. I mean, he's now under contract with the Blue and Gold, but he was going for the organization of the Pacers. But I think that the Hollywood is good at the Mike Cherry, which is actually with his experience, and unless those players who were led 7 years in the NBA could actually have the contract reach out for the 25, and that moment the salary of the cheaper the worse. If they hire much criteria stipulations on the player's contract, they cannot layer lower the 25 salary. But I mean, Hollywood this means the lowest in the extension that could start it. I mean, this kid has a great talent.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely facts on that. They got Trey Young at 21, deservingly so. They got my man Bam at 20. They got Darian Fox at 19. I agree with most of those, you know what I'm saying? Respect. They got John Murray at 18. Paul George at 17. Respect, man. Respect to Paul George. Absolutely a stud. Always loved watching Paul George play. Still love watching him play. Was watching him play last night, actually. Devontae Mitchell at 16. Okay, they got Kawhi Leonard at 15. Let's stop right here. What's your thoughts on Kawhi Leonard at 15?
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, this guy has so potential about that. He has so potential about it because I know he's joined up with Paul George and James Harden. I mean, it could be like a successfully, or it could be like a failure. But it's gonna be like everything could happen like this one. But I mean, it is. They have the franchise for the Pacers that are about the past and future, but he was really uncertain about it to go for back because I know for this Wednesday he's gonna happen up against against the Los Angeles Lakers. But they have the bonus essentially because I know this project is called here right now, but it means they have the so much material right now. But I think they had the opportunity to make it as happening with the Boston's early back-to-back game. But he was expressed to decide for the play in that team right now. But I mean, imagine the good of this because right now they have certainly like certain pieces on the basketball team, but right now it's something that it came like at a big stars right now. But I think it's gonna be like at a big figure to figure it out how this is going for the team right now. I mean, because he only reigns with the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors, but he needs to help with the help of James Harden and Paul George, and he needs to move out to the next level.
I love that statement because I was just about to bring that. This is obviously not the Kyrie we're seeing right now is not the Kyrie that we've seen in Toronto when he won that championship, and obviously so. I believe he had some injuries. It says right here. With that being said, like he doesn't have to be that guy no more. At 15, I believe that's respectable, deservingly so. On his best day, he clearly is a top 10 player in the National Basketball Association, but at 15 is respectable. And also, too, if you think about it, now that he does have James Harden and obviously his relationship with Paul George and the other key pieces on that makes that team, you know what I'm saying? They didn't lose that much pieces. Obviously they did, but they didn't, so he doesn't have to be that guy that literally puts the team on his back because Paul George can literally help him put the team on his back too. And then James Harden is going to get what James Harden gets. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see the dynamic with this team and how it works out. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a really fun to watch right now because I know the Los Angeles Clippers, they want us to rebuild out about the defense and the offense, but with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, they gotta be the scared off of the competition right now because you gotta be careful about that because the competition is getting building and building. But I'm not really sure that if Los Angeles Clippers could be like a strong competitor for the playoffs. I mean, if they can play with much aggression, much defense and offense, I mean, they could be like a top 10 contender.
Absolutely. I did want to touch on this too. John Morant is at 14. Me personally, without that first 25 game suspension, he clearly is a top 10 player in the National Basketball Association in the NBA. So me personally, I'll put John Morant in the top 10. Not trying to dismiss on what he did regardless, but dismiss it. That's outside of the court. On the court, when we're ranking these players, when he is playing basketball, John Morant is, I believe, a top 10 player. They do put Anthony Davis and LeBron James 13 and 12. Thoughts on that? What do you think that, like, right now, like, obviously LeBron James, like we said, we're not going to take his whole career. We'll just talk about right now. But right now, wouldn't you switch him? Wouldn't you put Anthony Davis above LeBron James? Because that's what I would do. Right now, if we're just judging them playing this season or going into the season when this list was made, but this season, right now, I'll put Anthony Davis above LeBron James. Even though LeBron James is the GOAT, versus Michael, at the end of the day, like, he this season at his age, who knows? Obviously, he's gonna rest the season. He's gonna be LeBron James, as LeBron James does in his later career. You know what I'm saying? Deservedly so. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna show up when it really matters. Right now, it's the beginning of the season. It doesn't really matter. But what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean for the Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I mean Davis is an understanding talent before joining the because to play with LeBron. I mean, he was like a 6-time All-Star with a play with New Orleans because all the trade seasons he just leave block shots. But I mean, it's not wrong to say that Anthony Davis has qualities that are better than LeBron James. For example, the ability to rebound, his ability is better than LeBron James. I mean, overall, James has proven to be better than Anthony Davis on a statistical level, but also on an impact and organizational. Because looking at the LeBron James can come to the impact of other teams with the general reason why Anthony Davis is with LeBron James. I mean, perhaps the government means sacrifice because this is like the third best scorer season. I mean, just rebounding, shooting percentage, shot blocking. His turnovers is slightly now, but there's nothing to consider about it because it's very natural they're playing, but they're not that great. And these three have the top 5 players in the league. But he's already alright as a player before teaming with LeBron James. That James is at tail end of his career. This is like his season number 17. And I mean, for Davis, it's gonna be like so much brighter about that. But I would say this because it's not good as possible that it's going to be good enough that good puts all this effort has done with his career.
Absolutely love that. As we make it, that's a nice little picture of them. As we make it into the top 10, outside of the top 10, we got Shaish Gorgeous Alexander. Just slotted his name, but he's a stud over at OKC. Respectable. We got 10. Stop me if you want to talk about these guys in any full length. I will stop, but right now we're gonna one through it, then I'll probably stop on a random guy. We got Alexander at 11. We got Dame at 10. Respectable. We got Jimmy Butler at 9. Now let's just stop right there. Let me just stop right there. Okay, this is just me. This is me personally. I'm a Miami Heat fan, okay? I am a Miami Heat fan, but let's take my unbiased out of here. I think you should switch this. I love you, Jimmy Butler, but you ain't putting up the same stats as Damian Lillard is in the regular season. And I know stats can lie. I know Jimmy Butler is the heart of Miami right now, but he's Super Saiyan in the playoffs. If he was that way the entire year, then please, that's correct. But me personally, as a Miami Heat fan, no, I'm not trying to hate on you, Jimmy. I think Damian Lillard is the better player. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I mean, the Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler. I mean, Damian Lillard has been really powerful when it comes to going into a Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, Damian Lillard has been outshined for everything, but it was actually this. He hasn't a night to forget, but the defensive issues is just a worry about it, because I know for his debut, he was everything that the team he hoped well to be. He became up with the clutches at the biggest moments with 39 points. And 3 days later, in the first half, he was like the complete opposite. The complete opposite, but I was like really stunned with regards for the 25 points. But I mean, after the performance of against Miami Heat, because he didn't think that a trade for the Milwaukee was actually going to happen. I mean, it's really something that I get used to it, because he was uneasy about the summer saga with the Portland Trail Blazers, and he wants to be like a really champion, because he don't think it's gonna be like a possibility or everything could happen like this one. But he really think that the basketball was really set at the possibility to play along with Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he was not very sure that he could deal with it, get done. But he necessarily had to go, because it's not a change right now, because I know that Lillard and Giannis, they just made it up for a defense and just lead for the Milwaukee. But I think this is gonna be like a really hard to see it, how the defense is gonna have it with a new team. I know it's really nervous about for the Damian Lillard going for the new team, but it's very natural right now because he needs to involve a lot of things that the basketball does.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely. And make sure you guys go catch us in here 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully that time still is good with you, Rafael. Let me know right now if it's not. We're gonna be recapping the UFC.
I just put it out the stream. Yeah, I just put it out the stream. It's gonna be it 50 minutes before 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Absolutely. Let's get it.
Yep.
Alrighty. We got Devin Booker at 8, defensively so. Jason Tatum at 7. Joel Embiid at 6. Okay. Kevin Durant at 5. All right, let's get into this top 5. Right, we're in the top 5 right now. We got KD at number 5. Okay. We got Luka at number 4. All right, this is what I was talking about. What does CBS do? Do they put Giannis at 1, or do they put Jokic at 1? And we recapped 34 players to get to our answer. All right, so let's get it. We did this slow. We slow rolled this. We did this. We recapped 34 players for the past 30 minutes just to find out our answer. What does CBS do? All right, so they got Kevin Durant at 5. They got Luka at 4. They got Steph Curry at 3. Okay. Yeah. You want to touch on any of these players?
Oh, I mean, they had Luka Doncic of Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant, I would stay for the same position, but Luka Doncic, he's really a monster. But I mean, this is gonna be like a lot of higher. It'll just put it to the number 3 because Luka Doncic accomplished at about his career, and you gotta be careful if Luka Doncic is gonna be chasing like a reign for the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, this is gonna be like really impressive because he's just helping through for the defense and the offense that nobody see that coming. I would put a Luka Doncic at higher, like a number 3.
All right, so he's saying that Luka should be number 3, move Steph Curry up to number 4. All right, moment of truth. Let's just go down to it. Jokic at 1. That means Giannis is at 2. So they do got the NBA champion Jokic as the best player in the NBA, trumping Giannis. What's your thoughts on that? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Giannis should be still number 1. This is my thoughts on it. And I'm not trying to discount anything that Jokic did. Jokic is clearly playing like phenomenal. But here's the thing, like I just think 1-on-1, Giannis beats Jokic. That's just it. I just think if they was to play on 1-on-1, I think Giannis will find a way to beat Jokic. I don't want to get into what Jokic had this year because guess what? When Giannis won his championship, he had some shooters as well. And guess what? He still has some shooters, okay? So let's not talk about the team. I just feel 1-on-1, if there was to play a game of basketball up to 21, Giannis versus Jokic, I think Giannis will beat Jokic. And that's why for me, I just have Giannis as number 1. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Giannis should be like number 1 because he's unstoppable. I mean, if they got to never the top spot right now because he averaged like 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 50%. And Giannis is the most dominant player on that league. Because imagine this. If LeBron James had trailblazed like a blueprint for the NBA talents, I mean, between Stephen Curry and Giannis, Giannis could make it like the number one player ever because he would play alongside for the superstar with Damian Lillard. I mean, he keep fresher. I mean, he's the postseason having a lot for the degree free his first so long it had to make another deep playoff round. But there are so many questions about what we're gonna do because there's no denying this potential to greatness because it's great like easy opportunities created like a duo. So I mean like very dangerous like the legendary of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. I mean that could happen like this one because between Giannis and Damian Lillard, that's a great combination right now. And don't be surprised at all because Giannis is still gonna be the number one. So it's not gonna be Nicola, it's not gonna be Stephen Curry because this is gonna be like the perfect time to see Giannis on the road right now because he got the right spark to get involved with all the defense and the offense for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I absolutely 100% agree on that. That being said, guys, we are going to end it here. I have to go get me some lunch. Rafael has to go do his thing. We will catch you over on Rafael's channel, I believe. Chose to come on there and recap some UFC. We're going to talk about UFC. We're going to talk about the upcoming events. We're going to preview some fighters. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. I know Rafael is setting up some good UFC talk for that. So that being said, Rafael, is there anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that much love and respect. And of course, today, 10 minutes before at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, there's going to be a lot of action for the UFC talk. And after the UFC talk, I'm going to be live streaming a game that you're always going to watch it on my YouTube channel. It's going to be at 8 p.m. So after UFC talk, it's going to be like I'm going to schedule a live stream for a game. And this week, between Raiders versus Giants tomorrow night, I have some special guests that you'll never forget because we're gonna preview the game between Las Vegas Raiders versus New York Giants on Sunday afternoon, which is totally amazing, folks.
Absolutely. I'll make sure I go link his channel down below in the description. If you guys can go, make sure you guys go to sub to Rafael for you guys can get all the latest content that he's going to be dropping. And yet again, one more time, I will be on his channel tonight breaking down some UFC. So that's going to be fun. I really want to appreciate it. Just wanted to try something new today. Come on with a chill session. Thank you so much, Rafael. We you chilled with me. We went over some Tyler Oliveira Flat Earth video. We went over some NBA. So that was always fun. And then that being said, we touched on the college football playoffs rankings.
All right.
That being said, it's always a pleasure, man. Y'all have a good one. Let's get it. Bless up. Let's
go.
All
right. Have a good one. Yes.
You too, my man. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's get it.